So Caitlin Clark has just had the best game of her career, without question. One of the best games of all time. It is just very unfortunate that other than Leah Boston, literally nobody in her team even played competent basketball today. Like, Lexi Hull wasn't spectacular, and Lexi Hull was their third best player. Because she at least played defense. But, of course, obviously, when Caitlin Clark does something good, the stat padding allegations come in. But before we get on to you guys, I need to the channel, subscribe. If we can somehow hit 23.5k by the end of the day, that would be insane. Look, we're not going to do it. But we're pushing for 25k by the end of All-Star Weekend. Not going to happen. If we could, that'd be unbelievable. We didn't get to 24. So, obviously, the normal person accusing Caitlin Clark of stat padding pretended that she was literally spent a whole day complaining about people not getting people that historically cover the WNBA. She's accused Caitlin Clark of stat padding, never posted anything positive about Caitlin. It's all just about Angel Reese. And then talked about Angel Reese starting a new double-double streak 2 nights ago. And then basically just used All-Star Weekend as an excuse. If you didn't watch the games, I'm not going to lie. As a fan, as a person who even makes videos on these games, if I didn't watch the games, like, even as just someone that's making videos, if, for example, Aja Wilson tomorrow breaks, or not even Aja Wilson tomorrow, let's say Aja Wilson last night, and I had slept through because it was at 3 a.m. I slept through the game and she had 75 points, which broke the record. I would have tweeted out and I was like, was asleep, didn't watch it, but this must have been unbelievable or something. Not just attacking people, not just ignoring anything happens and then attacking people, but then retweeting constant stuff about Marina Mabry. Like, so you knew about the Marina Mabry trade. You're good to talk about the Marina Mabry trade, but you're not good to talk about Angel Reese. But Caitlin Clark. If this is Angel Reese, you better believe she'll be talking about it. But this was the funniest tweet I've ever seen. Stat padding assists. How do you stat pad assists? I'm sorry, how do you stat pad assists? What are you on about in a loss? She was responsible for 66 points. She set the record. How do you stat pad assists? Would you have rather her just chucked? Would you have rather her dropped 40? And the funniest part is, like, this same person, I thought breaking records didn't matter in an L. People don't realize, and again, this is full-on Angel Reese, like, this is Caitlin Clark derangement syndrome. Angel Reese broke the record! Angel Reese, what people were complaining about, no one complained about her breaking the record the first time Nafisa Collier let her do it. The first time Nafisa Collier wrapped her up, no one cared. It was when they won the game against Atlanta, where Tina Charles wrapped her up and Kenny Carter was dribbling out the clock, and she's like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And when the game was over, like, they won the game. That's genuinely, this shows that people don't watch the sport. What people complained about the egregious stat padding, they won the game. They won the game. They won the game. What the game people were going mad with the stat padding, they won. It just shows these people aren't even watching basketball. And the first comment is the funniest. I hate watching her play. The whole game she was chasing assists. You can tell Kelsey was annoyed with her. What? Kelsey Mitchell is annoyed that Caitlin Clark is passing, her point guard is passing the ball too much. A scorer for a shooting guard is annoyed her point guard's passing the ball too much. And now I've heard it all. What is going on? She assisted what? Every one of Leah Boston's points? They were down 15 points. They got it back to up 6 until Christy Size decided to bring in Demira Stantas and Leah Boston together for some reason. They were down 15 to up 6. So plus 21 run. With Caitlin Clark scoring or assisting on 80% of the points. She scored or assisted on 80% of the points. They lost because they couldn't play defense. None of them could play defense. Heck, they lost because Kelsey Mitchell ran off JC Sheldon twice in the clutch. JC Sheldon had 2 wide open threes in the clutch because Kelsey Mitchell just decided we don't care about JC Sheldon and ran off her. Natasha Howard's not that great a shooter. She wasn't even looking to shoot the ball. You sprinted off your corner wide open 3-point shooter, bang. Then for some reason you overhelped one pass away so far off to JC Sheldon. The next possession, bang. Like, what is going on? What was indicating? You struggled to watch body language when Clark is dribbling in a circle 15 seconds. What are you talking about? Clark ran a pick and roll and passed it to Leah Boston every time. What is, like, she's not even watching games. You don't get the irony talking about dribbling for 15 seconds in defense of Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey does not do that. She runs in circles every time she catches the ball. Like, genuinely, these are people not watching the game. Like, I didn't know getting your teammates open because you draw so much attention is a bad thing. Let's cheer for a rookie who does this instead. This is the... And Alyssa Smith did this in the game as well, but she actually got called for it. Alyssa Smith got called for doing that, which is annoying. Like, that was 2 free points for her. And a free... Oh, no, it wasn't even a free assist for Caitlin. She got the steal. But, chasing assists, I've never seen this level of cope before. Yeah, her teammates hate it when someone passes them the ball to score. No player has ever gotten annoyed at being passed the ball. Like... It is hilarious. I see a wide open midi, but I prefer to make the difficult pass for an assist. To be fair, she can't shoot the mid-range shot. They don't want to talk about that. It's impossible to stat pad in a game that's back and forth. Exactly. Look, if Caitlin Clark, if in that last possession of the game, and the other team stopped playing defense, if the Dallas Wings stopped playing defense, and Dallas Wings kept playing defense, if they stopped playing defense, and Aaliyah Boston is standing under the basket, and she's on 24-19, and she throws it to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston isn't even looking at the basket, and she starts screaming, shoot, shoot, shoot. Then that's stat padding. If Caitlin Clark did that, you would have a point. Caitlin Clark she's stat padding turnovers. She was trying to play. She was trying to play near the end of that game, and the rest of the team, again, gave up, but it is what it is. Like, look, if you're trying to win, you're trying to win. No one else gave up. Cool. But she just threw the ball in frustration to their team. Was she stat padding turnovers? Was she stop batting turnovers at the end of the game? I'm not joking. And you do realize, when Caitlin Clark got her last assist in that game, when she threw her last pass in that game, was to Katie Lou down 2, wide open for 3 for game. That was the last pass Caitlin Clark threw in that game. Was for game. You gotta learn, stat padding when your team is a clear-cut winner and you're still dropping buckets and playing flawless defense. That's when, it's not even that when it's your clear-cut winner, it's like when the unwritten rule of dribble out the clock. There's an unwritten rule of dribble out the clock in a game. And also there's an unwritten rule if it's like an 8-point game and the offense is playing, if the defense is playing defense, you can play offense. If the defense is letting you play, you don't score. If the game's over. But if the Dallas Wings are still playing defense, so you can play. But again, if you start dribbling the clock out as an offense, you don't score. That's the simple truth of it. If you're dribbling the clock out, you don't score. If the other team is just not as given up, you don't score when the game's over. Or if the other team is playing defense, you go and score, you play. Never seen a tweet screen first time watching basketball. 24-19 does lead point to points, not just empty stats. Bronny would beat Caitlin Clark in a 1v1. I mean, he's not wrong. So there's not even NBA Central, it's NBA Central now. She had 19 with 2 minutes left and the game tied. Oh my god. Like, it is actually madness. It is actually madness. I blame her for starting this. Complaining about Caitlin Clark's stat padding assists. I blame her. You can't stat pad assists. The only way you can stat pad assists is, again, if there's like 10 seconds to go and she had 19 assists and the other team stopped playing and she threw it to Aaliyah Boston and started getting angry at her for not shooting. That is the only way to stat pad assists, but that didn't happen. She threw the ball to the other team out of frustration. The only thing she stat padded was turnovers. Like, genuinely, the only thing is that she had 4 turnovers to 19 assists. And then, genuinely, when she turned around, that was the bad call. When she went, when she just ran. When she ran as fast as she could down the court, and none of her teammates were there, her bad call was turning. She turned. She made a wrong read. She could have kept going downhill, and I think they would have fouled her. Because it was a 4-point game, I think they would have fouled her and put her on the line. However, she turned back around and the ball was stripped. She turned into a triple team. That was a wrong call from Caitlin Clark. But again, if you look at her turnovers in that game, one of them was the ball was inbounded to her, and they triple teamed her off an inbound, and then everyone on her team stood there and watched. So it's like, you gotta watch the game. If you think Caitlin Clark turned the ball over made any difference in the game. People turn the ball over in basketball. Like, one of her turnovers, and Alyssa Smith just fumbled the ball. The one she got triple teamed. There was a bad turnover late in the game. And look, it's a bad decision by a rookie. Like, you can see, what I don't mind is if you are someone that's watching the game, just like, if you understand what they're trying to do, you can have a bit of lenience for the turnovers. Like, you could see what Caitlin Clark was trying to do, but no one was there, so she made the wrong read. Whereas, for Alyssa Smith's turnovers, where she's dribbling the ball in the fast break and she decides to just double dribble it now anywhere near her, or when she misses a shot because she jump stops and like cocks it back like she's trying to yam it on somebody, then you're like, what is she even trying to do? But like, the best game of a rookie has had, if Dallas didn't get nuclear hot, the best game anyone's had this year. And yeah, people will still cry stat padding.